Mindful Reality, the channel that covers reality TV from a mental health perspective. Even though I have not been doing much reality TV coverage, I'm still watching. I still have my opinions on the different episodes. I've been talking about them in Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, please join the Discord. If you need the details, somebody will provide you them, or you can email me and I will provide you the details of the Discord. Um, there's a few things. I was going to mention the last episode of Survivor. The tribal council was one of the wildest that I've seen, where one member of the tribal lost his vote. There was Say, there was Mary, there was Justin. I forgot the other guy's name. But anyways, we ended up in a thing where there was multiple ties, and the ties were because it was only 2 votes in that tribal council. And one was voting for one person and one was voting for the other person. And then when they did their tiebreaker, Jeff made it known that one of the votes was lost. 2 people didn't have a vote. A shot in the dark. Mary won her shot in the dark, and Mary, I think, was going to be the one that was going home if she had not won her shot in the dark. And so that only put 3 people on the table. 1 didn't have a vote. So it was just a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. What do we have? I think 3 ties. And from those 3 ties, Sai convinced the other guy to eventually change his vote after steadily voting for Justin. And, he said his condition is that Mary and Sai work together. And Sai was like, of course. But, to me, when you're in a position of desperation with your back against the wall, you are going to agree to anything. Okay. I did see the challenge episode. I'm underwhelmed with the challenge All Stars 5. And I think the reason I'm underwhelmed is just because of the cast. I don't love the cast. And one thing that I've noticed strategically about the cast is that there's layup teams and there's great teams. And what the layup teams have realized is if the strong teams don't win, we put 2 strong teams against each other. And that makes sense for the player, but it sucks for the fans because it's boring. Hi, Matt Mailing. Hi, Dark Pixel. My day is going fine, and yours? Sucks for the fans because it's like the only way that those strong teams are going to be able to take out some of the weaker teams is if they just keep winning. The second that they don't win first place, what's going to happen is like the house vote is going to put in a strong team, and then the winning team is going to put in a strong team also, and then one of the strong teams go home. I think I did give you a shout out. What's up to the 13 people that are on here right now? We only have 1 like. I don't like when the math doesn't math. So please do me a favor. Hit me with that like. What I really wasn't going to talk about was reality TV. That just was something I wanted to open with. But one thing I really have had on my mind, especially in the last couple of years, is boundary setting. And I used to wonder how people can show compassion and also set boundaries at the same time. Appreciate the subscription, Dark Pixel. How people can set boundaries and also show compassion. And this is what I mean by that. If somebody comes to you with an issue, hey, so and so, I have this problem that I want to discuss with you, right? And let's say that you're in my type of position, because I openly talk about this all the time. I work as a mental health counselor, and I pretty much have done that for 10 years, with the exception of 1 year. Hi, Mom. With the exception of 1 year that I did case management work, which is, it was all kind of in the same realm, right? So, all day, I wake up in the morning, first thing in the morning, I'm calling these clients. In some cases, I was visiting these clients' homes, or I was visiting them in the hospital. They're talking to me about everything under the sun that you could imagine. They're talking to me about getting beaten. They're talking to me about getting sexually assaulted. They're talking to me about trying to come off hardcore drugs. They're talking to me about their various mental health disorders. They're talking to me about their problems with their mother, their father, homelessness. There's so many different things. Bye. Okay, see you later. Okay, so they're talking to me about so many different things. And I know that people don't think about this, but you only have a bandwidth to take so many of those things and not become affected yourself. And nobody is unaffected by spending 8 hours a day listening to all these kind of things. Nobody, no matter how strong you are, no matter how experienced you are, no matter what your temperament is like, like, you get out of those sessions and it brings you down a little bit. Like, I always use the analogy of a cup. I don't have a cup with me, but let's say this is a cup at the beginning of your day, and let's say your cup is full at the beginning of the day. Somebody comes into your office and says, Mark, I have to talk to you about these various issues that I am having in my life, right? So that one person could have a really heavy issue, and then 1/3 of your cup is gone already from that one person. And then the next person comes in, you're already at 2/3 of the cup, and the second person might have maybe a little lighter issue. Now let's say you're half full with the cup, and then you keep going, you keep going. You're either going to be completely at nothing for the day, there's going to be nothing left in your cup, or you're going to be in the negatives because you're still there. So even if you don't feel like you have anything left to give, you're still at work and you still have people who need you for whatever it is, and your boss has requirements for you and all of that kind of stuff. So that's when boundary setting outside of the job environment becomes so important. Because I used to have friends who, I would finish my work, I would clock out, they would hit me up, they would call me up, Mark, I have such and such going on. And this is not work. This is just friends calling me, because it's like, I know who Mark is, and I know the kind of things that he can do for me. I know that he's a good listener. I know that he provides me with good support, emotional support, experience with a lot of different mental health disorders. And they used to be like, yo, Mark, I'm so happy that I have you, because, you know, my life is significantly improved by having you available for me. That was quick, Dark Pixel. But on my end, I'm sitting here like, I depleted myself for 8 hours at work doing that. Then let's say maybe it's even just like 3 to 4 hours after work, right? Now we're talking about an overtime shift per se, but it's not really overtime because I don't get paid for that. So it's like my free time where I need to recover, recuperate, recharge. I don't use that for that. I've become so comfortable especially because of being in this field. I've become so comfortable with telling somebody, I'm sorry that you are having that experience. I recommend that if you really need the help, that you seek a counselor. If a counselor is not immediately available, you should call a hotline, a warm line. For those who don't know what a warm line is, it's a step below a hotline. Like a hotline is used for an example, you're in an immediate crisis where you need help, like a suicide hotline. And a warm line is a line where you are pretty much stable, but you just need somebody to talk to. And those are typically, from what I know, they're not 24 hours a day. I mean, maybe there are some. I'm not saying I know all of them, but the ones that I know of are more like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and then they close off at night. But they do have crisis centers in New York. I don't know about other places, but they have a lot of crisis centers that you can actually physically, you can either call them or you can physically get up and go into the building all times, day and night, 24 hours. But my point is, I direct them to resources. I tell them, I'm sorry for your experience. Everyone wants $20,000. I'm just trying to figure out, this is a troll comment, which it probably is. Let's see. I didn't know warm lines are a thing. Yes, they are. So, oh, thanks for that, for the 9 likes, for those of you who liked. I wasn't even paying attention. Appreciate y'all for making the math. Should I gift you? Yeah, sure. Gift me 20K. Gift me 20K, Lemon Man. Cash App. Cash tag Champ Within. I appreciate that. You know how many people honestly get on here and they're like, oh, I bought one of your shirts. I sent you a Cash App. I gave you a Zelle, and it doesn't happen. It's like 90% of them. So if you want to be the one person who's different, who's like, I got 20K to throw you and here it is, I would love it, but I'm not going to hold my breath for that. I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, so you have to develop an understanding of yourself where you're like, no matter how much I care about people, no matter how much empathy I might have, no matter how much I want to assist people with their problems, I come first. So if I'm sitting here and I can barely manage my own problems, what am I going to do sitting here trying to resolve everybody else's problems? So I will tell people, I don't have the bandwidth right now. I'm thinking of you. I can provide you some resources, maybe some videos to look at, counseling centers, crisis centers, hotlines, warm lines. And when I do have the capacity, as in I am mentally good, well, refreshed, and I have the time and the bandwidth to be able to listen and try to help resolve, or even just listen for support, I will. But that time is not right now. And most people are not going to like that, but I learned in my life that when you have a breakdown, when you push yourself too hard to the point where you're having a personal breakdown, those people are not necessarily going to be there for you. One moment. Yeah, apologies for that. Those people are not necessarily going to be there for you. Yeah, I don't really know what's up with the comments today. Comments are, I don't know what's up with the comments. Just one of them days. It means that most of the people here are from the algorithm. I think the Dark Pixel has been here before, but I think that the reason I say that is because I remember those like pink or whatever color hands that they put up, but a lot of these other ones they seem to be new. So They aren't they aren't removal worthy, but they're also not anything to do with my conversation topic. So I'll tell you the truth. When I don't read the comments, and if I have a specific topic that I'm on here talking about and you're talking about anything, I find that as TikTok Nation. Because I dabbled in doing TikTok lives. And what I learned about TikTok lives is that people don't really care what you're talking about. They just get on there, you're talking, they see you live, and they want to just steer the conversation all over the place. And I don't do that on YouTube. I'm not saying I'm that rigid that I will never change course of my topic, but if I'm sitting here talking about boundary setting and then you choose to talk about pancakes and the texture of pancakes, and then you move on from talking about pancakes to telling me, do you want $20,000? And then after you tell me do you want $20,000, you ask me about the price of tea in China. I'm gonna be like, well, what does that have to do with boundary setting? Kind of all over the place now. Then it makes it look like you're just trolling. I'll be honest with you. Who said it's their first live? Whoever said it was their first live, thank you for joining me. I talk about my life. I talk about my life experiences. And most of those life experiences are tied towards mental health awareness, advocacy, and work that I have done in the field. And if that resonates with you, awesome. If it doesn't, I'm not altering my content for that. It's just I can always tweak things. I can always make things a little different. Like if somebody gives me some kind of constructive criticism or something that is on brand for me, I'm always willing to make adjustments. But if I'm like, hey, I'm talking about boundary setting, and they're like, I want you to talk about peanut butter jelly time, I'll be like, that's not my channel. I'm sorry. That is not my channel, sir or ma'am. Hi, Cass. I am a kid. I don't like those comments. I'm going to tell you the truth. Because, like, people hop on there and make comments like that, and they can be real funny looking to a person on the outside reading that. I'm on my phone, too. I'm on my phone 90% of the time. I'm always on my phone. I mean, I do these lives on my phone. That's what I mean. I do the lives on my phone. Because I've just found it to be easier. I used to do the lives on my computer more because I had a remote job. So I did all my work in my house. So I was able to the computer was just sitting in one spot, and I just turned it on and I left it there, and I could just walk into the living room or whatever, or sometimes I did them in my bedroom, and I just do my lives from there. But nowadays, I guess I could set my computer back up to do things like that, but I'm only able to do that at home, and I'm only home now from like 5 o'clock and on, either very early or very late, and I'm not doing very early. So if you were gonna catch me doing, the only two options that I would have is to get up really early, or to set up all my lives in the evenings, or to not do lives as much and do some pre-recorded videos and have them play various times throughout the day. This is my free time to an extent. Staples. What about Staples? So this is my about 10-minute warning, because I'm going to be off of this in about 10 minutes. Because I was hoping to get some Instacart orders to go do, but for whatever reason, it doesn't seem like there's not many, it doesn't seem like there's any available, so as of right now. Oh, I was sitting in the parking lot of Staples. Well, I was sitting in a parking lot that has a Staples in the parking lot, so. What y'all got going on for Saturday? I was watching a YouTube documentary, Mindless Behavior. What kind of music do they have? Was that just happened to be the name, or was it specifically music about mental health awareness or something? Because that could be anything, really. Oh, R&B. Okay. Y'all like seafood? Because I've really been dying to get one of those boil bags. I love those boil bags. And it's funny because I never had one. When was the first one I had? I was like in my 20s. Probably in my mid-20s the first time I ever had one of those. And I liked it. I liked it so much. I want to get one, but I'm going to have to wait. Because Instacart is not doing what I need it to do. I'm probably going to have to wait until payday. Which, whoop whoop, I'm going to get my first payday in what, 2 months. My last paycheck, I think, was end of July sometime. Second or third week of July. Maybe like second week of January, not July. I don't know why I said July. My last paycheck was like second week of January. So it's coming up on, yeah, it's probably 2 months. Probably 2 full months by the time I get that. Seafood smells like, I can't say that on YouTube. The vocals were terrible. If the thing that you say you can't say on you, I don't know. I had an answer, but then I just censored myself on the spot. But other things should not smell like seafood. That's all. I'm gonna leave it at that. Just auto-tune on bad voices. Oh, so this was is this a popular band, or is this just we just put ourselves together and called ourselves a band type of thing? That's what I'm wondering. That is what I am wondering. I'm not allergic to seafood. I haven't. I don't eat a wide variety of seafood, so I don't know. But the stuff in a boil bag, like crab legs and shrimp and lobster tail, fish. I'm not allergic to those things, but I don't. I don't eat octopus and that kind of stuff. I don't eat shark. Like, I know some of my friends who go in, they eat everything. They eat everything in the ocean, and I'm not on that. Honest, honestly, being a grown man with bills, going 2 months without a paycheck is a lot. That's neither here nor there. They were popular in the early. As soon as I leave Staples. Sorry about going in, and I'm extremely lactose intolerant. God, I can't. I can't. I mean, for some reason, cheese. I'm cool with cheese. I can eat yogurt, but if it directly has milk in it, I'm done for the day. All right, y'all. Jumping off. Thank you for joining me today. Please make sure like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great content. Thank you for my new subscribers, viewers. I hope you become subscribers. Over and out.